The wind is howling. Like, wind is howling hard as we start this. So, hello, Pisces. Welcome to the Ferret Den. I am Wishko the Ferret. And today we're doing a reading for March 6th to the 12th. I'm always forgetting my dates. The only thing to be aware of for this week in terms of astrological energies is there is a full moon in Virgo coming up. I don't know too much about the transits. I don't go into deep dives in this channel, but if you go on other astrological sites on YouTube, they go into full looks as to position of the planets and everything. So if that's your thing, definitely check that out because that is March. I think I said it already. It's March 7th, this full moon in Virgo. I will be referring to it in your reading if it's relevant, which it's been relevant in every reading so far. So there's that. But we'll see. Also, anything else before I go into this? Yes, Patreon. I am starting a Patreon and I'm working really hard at it, and it's going to launch sometime in April. So if you like my vibe and if you like the way, I don't know, if you like the way that I do things and you think I'm cool, go ahead and like and subscribe and follow if this resonates with you. That way you can get updates on the Patreon and that you don't miss any more content from me. So with that being said, as always, Pisces, drop into your heart space, call your angels, your guides, your spirit team, whoever you work with, call them in, drop into your heart space, let the dust physically, spiritually, and emotionally settle around and within you so that you can determine which messages are for you and which messages are for other people. And with that, I will go into my own prayer so I can solidify the connection. So thank you, Archangel Michael, for casting your light of protection around us at this time. Thank you for allowing me to tune into the energy of Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. And thank you for connecting us to the highest love, the highest source, the highest truth, and the highest light for our Pisces friends. And thank you, angels and spirit team, for checking in and just helping me channel guidance and energies that are empowering and gentle. All right, Pisces. So Spirit is saying you're dreaming of something bigger, or that you're on your way to dreaming something bigger for your life. They want you to focus on what makes you happy. Spirit says that like there's something here that makes you happy, and there's a dream that you want to latch onto. There's a dream that you're like there's someone that you're aspiring to be, or there's something that you're inspired to come into. There's some kind of form or being that you are inspired by, and that you want to step into this energy of this amazing creator. Like, I don't know, it's just, it feels like a creative energy. It could be something else. Maybe you're inspired by something you saw somebody else do, but you have Page of Swords here, so you're in a period of contemplation. Like, you are kind of exploring your environment right now, and you're trying to I don't know, this just feels like a week of exploring something and trying to get the, like, it's almost like you're vibe checking the thing that you want to do. It's like, you want to do it, but you're like testing out your thoughts and your feelings, and you're trying out new ideas. You also have the Hermit and the Knight of Cups here. And the Hermit here is calling you to go within and look into literally just looking into your heart space this week. Looking into your heart space, coming in, maybe, I'm not going to say shutting yourself out from the world, but it really is asking you to call out your inner light, like pulling your inner light out of your heart space, so, and letting that be your North Star and your guiding light. But you need to tune into that wisdom that you've accumulated throughout centuries of past lives. And it's almost like you're continuing your development here in this life, in terms of like your spiritual journey, in terms of the things that you want to do. The Knight of Cups here is telling me that you are walking into a passion. It does feel like you're walking into a new passion project. It does feel like you're kind of assessing the vibe of something new. This could be love for some of you. Knight of Cups does present a suitor. So, I mean, if you are looking for some type of romance, or if you're looking for a partner, those opportunities can be present, but only if you want to put the energy out towards doing those things and actually going out and seeing new people. I mean, if you're single and if you're not with anybody, but I feel like this is really just, I really feel like with the Page of Swords and the Knight of Cups, it's really just going out for a vibe check. Like, it's just going out for a vibe check and testing the waters and seeing how you feel about certain things, how you're thinking about certain things. And it's almost like it's like in a dreamy state right now. You are dreaming something bigger. You're dreaming something better into fruition for yourself. Maybe you had dreams before, but now you're dreaming something a little bit bigger. And now you're trying to see how you feel about that, how you can go about achieving that. We have the King of Swords here and the Three of Pentacles coming out together. And the Three of Pentacles says that you need, like, it's study time, baby. Like, you buckle down and you study, because whatever this new dream is, it's testing you. And it's going to test your knowledge, and you're going to need to broaden your skill set. So divine guidance will lead the way and help you figure out which sources you need to pull from. Just as a heads up from there. And they came through really loud and clear with that, by the way. Like, that's strong. Like, they are here guiding you. And the King of Swords here is, you're having like a very even level mind. You're very resourceful at this time in terms of like your mind. I hear your mind, body, and spirit is actually in perfect balance and alignment for heading into the next step. It might not feel like it's all like a perfect balance right now, and you might not feel perfectly at peace or whatever, but it really does feel like you have a strong handle on your mind. It really does feel like you have a strong sense of what you need to do or the types of things you need to pursue. I just heard for you, you know what letters to write. So whatever endeavor it is that you're going on, for some of you it is like, I don't know, reaching out to people or writing letters or maybe writing emails or something. So that's really cool. I don't know. I feel like that was a pretty straightforward message. I feel like Spirit is saying not to give up on this dream. I feel like you're divinely inspired towards it for a reason. I feel like this is something that you can really step into and embrace. I mean, you have, literally, you are like the 8th sign, I'm telling you, that gets the first house. It's that full moon in Virgo, y'all. That full moon in Virgo is hitting hard. So Virgo is an energy of logic and detail-oriented, kind of a little perfectionist, but because they are so detail-oriented, they could be. And I feel like you might be susceptible to that perfectionist energy. You might be susceptible to that perfectionist energy. There's not enough that you know at this point to be a perfectionist. Maybe there is, and when you start, it'll be slow because you're so focused on the details. I feel like Spirit doesn't want you to get into that. They're telling me not to get into that right now. Like, the importance is that you start and that you study. But that is something, like, it's going to take some time to acclimate to this. So, I mean, they're not saying, like, put your energy into not being a perfectionist, but because that's probably just going to be a natural thing that happens with you. But what they're saying is that, you know, Virgo is also a time to focus on the body and the energy that we're, like, the things that we're paying attention to with the mind, the attention that we need to be paying attention to our physical vessel, our physical body, and how we're creating our reality around that. So taking care of our vessel, in terms of keeping it strong in a physical sense, but also for our minds in, like, the mental energy that we're accumulating and how it's manifesting in the spiritual world, I guess, is another way of saying what I just said. So you also have Saturn, Sagittarius in the first house for the Astro Dice. And Saturn is a very disciplined nature. So this is the energy. Typically when I get Saturn, it's usually because Spirit is telling me to get disciplined, not because I've been disciplined. Really take this, use your intuition to figure out where you're at. Either you were super disciplined and you're kind of like disciplined in your goals and disciplined in exploring your philosophy, or you need to get disciplined in exploring your philosophy. Use your own judgment with that, because I usually receive it for both things and I usually have to feel it out. But discipline is required here either way. Discipline is required here in order to reach your goal. Sagittarius, like, you know, I have like the little arrow, like Sagittarius is like shooting their arrow, like they're aiming at their target and then they're letting go, rapid fire. And for whatever reason, but like I'm seeing, like that's so strange. I'm seeing like butterflies flash like very strongly. I don't know. Transformation is available to you at this time. You don't necessarily have to seize the energy if you don't want to. But you really have an opportunity to shift your mind to better landscapes, is what I'm hearing. You really have the opportunity to step into like this is like you're really playing in your mental space right now, because not only are you creating and you're envisioning and you're working with like it's almost like you're working with both your left and right hemispheres. I mean, I know we're thinking with our whole brains, but I mean, they say you're either left brain or your right brain, and I couldn't really say which is which because like that relation isn't as clear in my mind. But the one side is supposedly creative, the other side is logical and analytical. And I feel like your creative side of the brain is like your logic side is all of a sudden starting to become more active. Like you're using both of them during this time. Like the creative side is helping you push your dreams and push your dreams out into the physical, while the logical side is trying to plan for how to achieve it. And you know you can achieve it, you're going to get there. But it's going to take time, and you know it, so you're just at the early stages right now. You have Cannery Spirit, Sing Your Own Song, and Skunk Spirit, Know Your Worth. So these are cards that are actually, I mean, I think the collective is getting like a few of these cards too. If you have a word or a phrase or a prose or a poem to get out, if you have some type of writing that needs to come out or some song, sing it, write it, deal it out to everyone. Like this is something that you need to express. Throat chakra energy is very active. I mean, we just, with all these swords, air energy, thinking, you have fox spirit too, think on your feet. Thinking on your feet, thinking in the, okay, hang on a second, because that's going to be what's making your life easier. Let's talk about this stuff first. So I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry, Pisces. But Cannery Spirit, Sing Your Own Song. Literally express the voice of your soul. Express the voice of your soul. That is like the vibe this week. And the voice of your soul. Okay, so what I'm feeling is that the voice of your soul, when you carry that out and when you express yourself, it's going to lead you to the next thing. So as you are passionately pursuing this knowledge over here, or pursuing this creative endeavor over there, wherever you feel guided to go, following that passion like trains your intuition and kind of trains that connection with spirit to feed you more things that you'll get more excited about, things that you're going to be able to seize more. Like, I don't know, there's just more abundance and more love and more joy and more passion to be had for you. And the more you follow this route, the more of that you're going to welcome in, so long as you keep bouncing and following your intuition and keep following kind of that route that spirit is outlining for you through your inspirations. And you're going to be able to do that by singing your own song. Knowing your worth here with Skunk Spirit, I feel like for you in particular, this is calling attention to the body. This is calling attention to your body and understanding, like giving it the respect that it deserves and making sure that you know how worthy your body is, and know that like it doesn't have to be perfect, but this is the one that you should treasure because it's the only body that you have. And knowing what that's worth is going to help you manifest greater things, because you are fully cherishing not only your mind, but also your body. I just feel like there's an imbalance here about your mind and your body. I just heard challenge yourself. Challenge your beliefs. The things that you're thinking about your body, the things that you're thinking about like yourself, challenge them, Spirit is saying. Now is the time to challenge them. This is the butterfly thing that I'm talking about, where this is one of those transformations that you can grab onto should you want to. This is they said you need to do this eventually. You do need to do this eventually. For some people, I just heard somebody say you need to ghost me. I don't know if ghosting is ever a positive thing or an option, because ghosting it's always viewed as pretty rude. In some cases it could actually saying a goodbye to someone could actually be awful. But hang on, let me throw this example out here, because I don't want to say ghosting is always not okay, because sometimes you really have to protect yourself, and sometimes people don't know how to act, and you really got it. So this is for the very few select people that this is for. So if you're feeling the need to ghost someone, but you're not sure if you want to do it because you're like ghosting is wrong, blah, blah, blah. This is a situation, I'm feeling like, not this particular situation, but I'm going to throw an example as to when it's okay. It's as if someone keeps harassing you and you tell them to stop, for instance. Not today. I just heard Spirit say, not today. Ghost them because you're not going to convince them to shut up and leave you alone. You just need to actively put them out of your energy to stop. And, doing the protective measures afterwards to do that. But to further enforce that, But things like that. If someone keeps harassing you about something, or maybe like you're putting your energy and attention into, let's say you're dating, for example, and there are so many people that you're talking to. I mean, you can say like this, okay, Spirit just said like that's a worse example, or like that's not really a good example is what they were trying to say. Because like a lot, like I'm the type of person who, like, if I am not interested in someone anymore, like I usually let them know. It does hurt feelings sometimes, and sometimes they don't take it well. But you know, that's why I'm saying goodbye, because it wasn't a match, and the person that I would match with is, you know, going to have a positive reaction and go, oh, okay, like I'm bummed, but you know, thanks for letting me know, because that doesn't happen often, you know. So I mean, something like that. Somebody, like, you know, who's positive and polite is going to say like, you know, okay, like, yeah, they're gonna treat you well, and others, you know, they won't. They'll take it a lot harder, and then they, like, it might just blow up in your face. And sometimes it's better to just let sleeping dogs lie and just not really ghost, but just kind of like float away. And sometimes it's better to just like not really give them attention again, because they're not going to give you attention. But if you call attention to them, if you like call them up and say their name and chat with them, like they would jump and be eager to kind of rain on your parade. And they don't mean to do that. I don't think people mean to do that. I think that they're either lonely, or they have some shadow side of themselves that they're dealing with that is manifesting in a way, or it just doesn't vibe with your energy. They don't vibe with your energy as much. So in some situations, I would argue that ghosting is okay. I think it has a negative connotation to it, and I'm not promoting it in any way, because people have been burned by it. I have been burned by it, but I just feel like if it comes to terms of like harassment, or if somebody's just being straight up mean and like, you know, they're not stopping, like that's a good time to like remove that energy completely by whatever means necessary. Cut it out. You know what I mean? And some people you just don't owe an explanation to. But anyway, that's just for a very select. I went on forever about that, but do you get what I'm saying about how even if it's not about like ghosting someone in particular, this is just about taking note of the energies in your life, whether it be other people, whether it be habits that you have, whether it be situations that you're indulging in, and just knowing what to remove yourself from, Pisces. Because I do feel like, I mean, I'm a Pisces rising. Personally, I have a savior complex, so I do feel the need to jump in and help other people. So boundaries has been an important lesson for me that I've had to learn. So I feel like Virgo has lots of, this full moon in Virgo has lots of lessons of boundaries for us. In terms of what's going to make your life easier, you have Fox Spirit, thinking on your feet. I feel like following through with the guidance that comes to you in the moment is going to serve you the best. Literally, what exactly, like this situation I just told you about when I said, oh, Spirit just said, not today. Like, if that is your first reflex, if somebody comes up to you and they say something and you're just like, not today, maybe that needs to be like what you say, or maybe that like that is your signal to be like, trust that and be like, okay, get out of there. Because this is like a time to protect your vision of the future, protect yourself, protect your energy. You don't need naysayers in your life. You don't need, you know, and I'm not saying cut everybody out. Relationships are more complicated than that. And, you know, I'm not trying to give you grief, and Spirit doesn't want to give you grief, but thinking on your feet, thinking in the moment, and then just like really like feeding into your manifestations and your visions and really building off of that. I feel like this is the creative process. The creative process when we are in our flow, when we are writing, I just heard writing a romance novel, but if we're writing something, okay, like we're letting it flow. If we're writing a song, if we're like, you know, if you know how to play an instrument really well and you're just really going hard at that instrument in like a little jam session, like you're letting it flow, amazing stuff comes. You're really thinking on your feet. It's kind of like an improv type of thing. And I feel like for a lot of you, thinking on your feet in conversation, channeling your truth that way, saying what you need to say, or creating or expressing the types of things that you need to express, those kinds of things, that's just going to make your life so much easier, because it's going to help you. It's not like it's presenting a challenge, but it's going to help you determine which energies to keep, and like, because those energies that aren't serving you are just going to fade away. The more you put your energy out there, the more things that are going to be attracting to you, and the more things that are going to be repelling from you. All of the icky things usually repel, and all the things that match with your energy attract. So that's just good to know. Where did the dice go? Okay, well, it's all the way over there, and I'm assuming it dropped for a reason. So I'm going to roll and see what the angels have to say for any lasting messages for you, Pisces. 17. Ooh, interesting. Someone got 16 last time. So I was like, ooh, 16, 17. In a way, all of these readings are interconnected, and I get excited. I'm like, oh, it's that collective with like the Virgo, because if you're looking at all your sun, moon, and rising signs, then like some of them play off of each other, and I think it's really cool. But anyway, as one door closes, another door opens. Angels are with you to help direct your thoughts in a positive way. Again, one more time. As one door let me try that again. As one door closes, another door opens. Angels are with you to help direct your thoughts in a positive way. And with that, Spirit says finale, like Finn. They said it as Finn, but they were like finale, like that was the finale quote. That's actually really cute. I literally saw like a spirit in a spotlight go finale. Like I don't know, y'all's guides. It's either your guides, my guides, whoever. Somebody up there is funny. So thank you, Pisces. I love you. I love your energy. Thank you for allowing me to connect with you. As a Pisces moon and rising, it is always a joy to connect to this energy. But if you liked what I had to say, and if you liked what Spirit has to say, go ahead and like and subscribe if you like the way that I read. If you think I'm cool, go ahead and follow along so you don't miss content from me, and also so that you don't miss updates on that Patreon coming out next month, maybe earlier. I don't know. Whenever it comes out, but a month at the very most. So, I love you, I love you, I love you, and nothing but the best luck and love going your way for this week to come. Bye.